It's been over 26 years since the murder of Maurizio Gucci, who once ran his family's famous fashion business. The crime made headlines and rocked the fashion industry. House of Gucci not only revisits that moment, but ventures back 2 decades to build up the relationships, the conflict, and the events leading up to his death. Directed by Ridley Scott from a screenplay by Becky Johnston and Roberto Bentivegna, who draw from the book, The House of Gucci, a sensational story of madness, glamour, and greed, by Sarah Gay Porter. House of Gucci boasts strong performances and is highly loved and occasionally enjoyed, but falls flat in the overall effectiveness of its story. House of Gucci follows Patrizia Reggiani, Lady Gaga, the daughter of a truck business owner who's responsible for the accounts and is celebrated by her father for being able to forge signatures. Patrizia meets Maurizio, Adam Driver, at a party and they get married soon after, a decision that angers his father Rodolfo Gucci, Jeremy Irons. Maurizio is content with working in ground transportation, but Patrizia knows the power of the name Gucci and works to bring Maurizio back into the good graces of Rodolfo, namely, by establishing a good rapport with his uncle, Aldo Gucci, Al Pacino, and, to a lesser extent, Aldo's outsider son Paolo, Jared Leto. Intent on making Maurizio a big name within his family's company, something which he certainly leans into. The pair work on their rise to the top, with brave consequences. Lady Gaga's performance as Patrizia is by far one of the best things about House of Gucci. Ridiculous enough without going over the top. She really commits to an Italian accent more than most act. When the time calls for it, her portrayal can be simultaneously devastating and funny. However, one of the biggest letdowns in the film is how little is understood about her overall perspective. The screenplay behaviors do not really much with regards to what drives Patrizia besides money and power. Questions of how she truly feels about the Gucci's, Maurizio, and her love for art always bubble to the surface, but House of Gucci doesn't linger long enough to ponder or explore her interiority beyond the choices she makes to drive a wedge between the family. By the time Maurizio leaves her and she tries to come back into his life, it's unclear if she ever loved him at all or if Patrizia was only ever drawn to the legacy of Gucci. House of Gucci makes sure to leave Patrizia feeling like an outsider. Every time she tries to put her foot through the door she is pushed out by a comment made by a family member, including Rodolfo's lawyer Domenico Dazzolo, Jack Houston, or an action committed that maintains a barrier between her and the rest of her husband's family. But the film doesn't capitalize on this often enough, which leaves the build-up toward Maurizio's demise, and the tension the story needed as everything falls apart, somewhat extremely. While Scott's film never pokes fun at the characters or the seriousness with which they take their business interactions and family affairs, House of Gucci wastes an opportunity to be a lot more fun than it is. The costumes, designed by James Yates, are impeccable, giving the story and characters a boost of drama and a air of self-importance that permeates every moment throughout the film. There's a lot of potential that goes untapped, however, with the film's emotional beats lacking effectiveness, turmoil, and general panache. Even Maurizio's murder ultimately falls flat in the way it's handled. At over 2 hours and a half, House of Gucci's pacing leaves certain aspects of the story in need of tighter writing. The actors definitely seem to be having a lot of fun with the material, though,